What's up, you guys? I'm going to be making a little bit of a different video. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that is brand new to the space. They literally just launched like a day ago. I was interested in it because AI is such a big wave right now. If you aren't looking at AI, then you're kind of falling behind, to be honest. But I was thinking about using it. New journal brand, Peak Performance Journal. The main purpose of this was to build discipline and to rein in busy minds and things like that. If you have a lot of different things that you do day to day, I made this for myself mainly. But basically what you do is you plan your week, you plan your day, and at the end of every day, every week, and every quarter, you go back and you are accountable for what you did for that day, and then you plan for the next day, week, quarter, and things like that. So it's really cool. I already used 2 so far. I'm thinking about working with this new company for promoting that. So first things first, let me show you their flagship video, and we'll come back and we'll talk some more. So basically, Head is an AI marketer, and what their job is they act as the entirety of your brand voice. So jumping into the actual website here, you go in here and you're gonna want to take your website's URL and paste it in like in that Apple demo. My website doesn't have a lot, but just for the sake of the example, let's try it. Next, after it lets you sign in, you're gonna upload your logo. I'm just gonna grab it here. You're basically setting up your organization within the actual software for everything to live. So get your first piece of asset, like I said, your logo, pop it in here, and then create your organization name. Once you do that, you can add people to this, and then you will be prompted. So at this time, it's not open to everybody, but if you join the wait list, then you will be put on the queue, and the earlier you join, the more likely you will get access sooner. So it is better to put yourself on the wait list and let them email you and then come back. But fortunately, I was able to get an invite code to try it out for you guys today. So I'm going to put that in here. Once that's in, you can put in your website or your TikTok or your socials or anything like that. I'm going to do is add my TikTok in because that is where I started the brand, and it has the most data on the ideal customer that I would like and all of that kinds of stuff. So copy that URL, paste it into here. I was doing this with one hand, that's why I'm clicking, and then enter that in and start now. This will start the process of actually making the so-called DNA of your brand. So it gets your voice, it gets your ideal customer, and your ideal branding for the entirety of your business. So the more data that you feed it in this step, the more you will actually be able to accomplish because it'll have more to go off of. So I'm going to let this go and continue and come back when it's done. So as you can see, it completed the onboarding process. So your congratulations, your brand DNA is locked and loaded. So it's ready to start a campaign. Now you can improve this, like I said, with more information, but you can see here on the left, set up your campaign, your message, ideas, objective, targeting, and budget, optimized for audiences, budget, and bidding, other information, and things like that. And then you can review summary. So it goes through all the steps. I'm not going to go through every single one of them because it has a little bit of stuff that I wouldn't want out there for everybody. But what I did do is I have a little bit of data from my website that I can put in here to continue this process, and I put it in here, and then it will give you all of the information for your website and things like that. So obviously there's not a lot on here and there's a lot to be filled in, but this is kind of just as an example to show you guys what it looks like setting up your own brand inside of this. It honestly got me thinking of like when you actually stumble upon something cool and you're really excited. I honestly got excited doing this, so you could check out their website. They have a lot of brands that they worked with. It's going to be linked down below, so check it out. All kinds of cool stuff you can look at on there. And one thing I will say before wrapping this video up is, it may sound like something new, but it is not a far-fetched concept. A lot of brands nowadays are using AI in their actual day-to-day life, in their business, because obviously you'll be able to streamline workflow and have things run a little bit smoother, and you save money on the other end of it as well. Believe it or not, AI is estimated to grow from 280 billion in 2024 to 390 billion this year. And that's insane growth, and that's just in 1 year. As it grows, the more people will invest in it, and the more people invest in it, the more it improves and innovates. We've already seen major projects from the heaviest hitters like Nvidia, Intel, all of those big chip makers, to companies like SalesForce, all making different changes to integrate AI into their businesses and bring customers more value. Being an AI marketer isn't far-fetched either. Larger and larger companies are already into it. So according to Invoca, the #1 implementer is SalesForce, who launched Epstein GBT that delivers AI-generated content across sales, service, marketing, commerce, and IT integration, all at scale. When I say scale, that means the entire company, all of the clients, and all of the customers at the lowest and the highest end of things. If you don't understand what that would look like, think on the front end, you have chatbots, setting appointments, summarizing internal resources like emails, and designing content for marketing for any brand that you could think of. On the back end, it has access to trillions and trillions of customer data points. So they're able to blend that all together with public data and their back end customer data to make 200 billion AI predictions every single day for all their customers and all their clients. And they do that with something called Customer 360. Salesforce started this back in 2014, and only recently in 2023, they've been seeing the benefits of this actual growth. At the beginning of the year, their share price was $135-ish, and now being $280 with a peak of $360, $367-ish at the top end of 2024. So a lot of businesses are really implementing this, and Salesforce isn't the only one that's doing it, just like Head is trying to be the next one to become Salesforce. So there's other businesses like HubSpot and Adobe who all have marketing solutions that are really investing in and leaning heavy into this, apart from the companies like Nvidia and all the chips that are buying infrastructure to build this, like OpenAI is as well with Microsoft, all those big players. And if you want to check out a little bit more about that article, because there's another 28 companies that actually integrate AI into their different businesses, it's linked down below. But long story short, if you're not using AI in business, any kind of influencer marketing, whether it be for your brand, for someone else, anything like that, you're being left behind. And as we're talking about this, there's even more artificial intelligence stuff that's coming out now. If you see, Google just announced today they have a video and audio generator just from a prompt.
This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light.
Kind of crazy. So AI is becoming better and better, and programs like this are really going to set people who have businesses and organizations apart, because a lot of what they do will be able to be done by AI, and they don't have to do anything other than oversee it, make tweaks, update a few things, and make sure they're going in the right direction and come out with new and more important product launches. And they've got to focus only on the important things, while this takes care of all the menial and everyday consistent things. So I really hope you give it a try. It's linked down below. You can check everything out. If you have any other questions, leave them down below as well in the comments. I'll answer everything. And that all said and done, you guys. Peace.